So we're back with another video and quite a nice spot. Show you around. So it's quite cold outside, about 7 degrees. Of course, back here again. So today I thought I'd show you how to keep warm in a Tesla. So some of the features they have will keep you more comfortable when you're driving, and we'll also have a little drive around, show you some things I've learnt in the few weeks I've owned the car. So let's hop in because it's freezing cold and I'll show you how to get warm. A few things to keep warm. So obviously the heated seats, 3 settings. So 7 degrees outside, press the seat there, 3 to 1. It heats up really quickly. And also you can do, if you press the control, you can also heat up the rear seats as well as the steering wheel. So it's really good. It doesn't take very long at all to heat them up. Steering wheel is really good in cold weather. Obviously we've had quite a lot of cold weather in the UK. And obviously you've got the fans, and you can alternate this. Move it all around. It's really good. So it's good. And you know about dog mode and camp mode. Haven't used those yet. I'll take it for a short drive as well because I've learnt some new features in the weeks I've had it. We'll do some auto parking as well, and we'll show you what it's like driving on some narrow roads around the UK. Steering wheel's nice and warm. Actually going to knock that down. It's quite warm now. 1's usually enough. Useful security feature. Obviously I'm not going to show you what the pin is and it moves around every time as well, so people can't see where you've tapped it on the screen all the time, so that's quite good. So I'll pause the video while I do my pin to drive. Very good, very important feature. The other thing you also need is carry your card at all times as well. There was a incident recently where there was a problem with your phone card, or the system went down, so you have your Tesla card. It's like an ID, like a credit card. Keep it in your wallet. Use that to get in if it gets stuck. You should always use your Tesla card, key card with you to make sure it's nice and safe. Straight into my mode, and let's have a little drive around, see if we can park up somewhere. Steering wheel's nice and warm. So with Autopilot, I'm on enhanced Autopilot with this car. Still getting used to it. It's really good. Couple of things, just having a Tesla, regenerative braking. I test drove 2 cars before I bought this one, with 2 very different experiences. So the first test drive I had, the regen was really quite pronounced, and as you took the brake off, as you kind of let your foot off the accelerator, you kind of lunge forward. So I've just done it there, and there's no lunging forward as well. The second test drive I did, the regen braking was much more smooth. So I don't know if it's been updated to make it smooth, but now it's really good. So foot's off the accelerator now. You can see the speed there going down, but it's certainly a lot less pronounced than the first one. It did make me feel a bit nauseous when it was really severe, but he said you get used to it, and I guess you would. But now they've done something in the software update to make it really smooth. So that is now a myth. So again, I'll do it around this corner, and again, it's like you're braking naturally, and I'm not braking at all. The other thing people are concerned about when they're thinking about buying a Tesla, and certainly I was concerned about it, was phantom braking, which is where the car's radar, all the cameras picks up things that it thinks is in the way. I had I think one experience on the test drive when it wanted me to take me into the oncoming traffic. Luckily, obviously you're in control of the car, so you're monitoring it all the time. And often on shadows past lorries, I've understood that it can perceive the lorry shadow on the road in front of you as an obstacle, and also when you go onto kind of underpasses or under bridges as well. But again, not had that at all really. I'm aware of it, so I think it doesn't make you so much nervous driving it. Just need to be aware of the situation. and you can use voice control to turn things off. So the steering wheel now is getting quite warm, which is fine, which is what you want, but I'd want to turn it off now. Turn heated steering wheel off, and it's disabled. The voice control is not bad. If you speak clearly and slowly, it helps. And I've heard somewhere on one of the online forums, if you speak in an American accent, it can assist as well. But I've not had to resort to speaking with an American accent. They've also changed we had an update recently, software over the air update, and they changed the language to British English. So now on the car diagram when you parked up, it's boot and bonnet rather than frunk and trunk. Other updates were an improvement in the cold weather settings. Batteries don't like to be cold, so the winter is not great for batteries. If you're starting in the morning, you need to precondition it, warm it up, and the range is reduced. I'm sure there's lots of videos on YouTube where they've done more technical details of range. And also learned how to indicate. Someone kindly pointed out that the 3 clicks is just half it. You press all the way down and the indicator will stay on. So there, you know, learning all the time. And obviously it clicks off when you've turned a corner. Because I was complaining that going round a roundabout, you had to keep the indicator up because it wouldn't stay on. But apparently I wasn't doing it. There's another setting beyond the first one. So there's like 2 settings. And you have to go to the second setting to put it all the way up. So thank you for that. Thanks very much for the comments. So if you're enjoying the videos, enjoying the content, then do please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Really helps with the algorithms. I know there's a lot of content on YouTube about Teslas, but not so much to do with UK related. Watching the American videos is great, but their conditions, the roads, regulations, and the environment is very different. So you know, it's good to watch the other UK creators as well. Before I bought a Tesla, and it really confirmed my confirmed confidence in getting the car. It's a big expense, you know, £50,000 plus for the long range model, plus enhanced autopilot, because I wanted the Autopark self-driving, you know, autopilot. So see how it copes on this road. So an autopilot now. Stick to the speed limit, and it's pretty good. I use it at night. The only trouble is in snow. I think the last week we had some snow. I was on a journey and it couldn't read the road markings, so it did struggle. Well, it was kind of pretty much disabled. But now obviously got to keep control of it. The car's driving itself. And it does take a lot of the burden out of long drives. So we're supposed to be moving house to West Wales, and that'll give me a 300-mile commute, about 150 miles each way. Thankfully, not every day, so that's good. It will take a lot of the donkey work out of the commute, and also on the enhanced autopilot, got navigate and autopilot, so it'll change lanes and get the junctions and all the rest of it, which is really good. So you can also change the speed on the right scroll bar. You do have to keep your hand on the steering wheel just to make sure it's there. And also let you listen to the road noise as well. So I'll shut up talking, you can listen to the sound. So it's doing a good job on this one. On A roads like these, you do have to be a little bit careful. I mean, it's mostly designed for motorways and dual carriageways, the enhanced autopilot. It should pick up the speed limit here. Yeah, it knocks you down to 30, so it is pretty perceptive to the road markings and road signs. So there we go, stick to 30. And there's a roundabout up here, so I can demonstrate the indicator. I've learned how to use the indicator after 30 plus years of driving well. So we'll go around the roundabout a couple of times. And there's a car park. We'll try and park in a car park to see how Autopark works. So roundabouts obviously it can't read, so it's all the way up and it stays on. Amazing. I did think it was strange that you had to, or what I thought you had to keep your indicator up, but it's pretty good. And then to cancel, just one tap down. So we'll see if it can do Autopark. We'll pop in here. There's some. Let's put him going for a round of golf. So we'll find a spot where there's two cars together maybe. The other thing I was worried about speed bumps, would it scrape the bottom of the car, but if you go slowly it's okay. I think it's 14 centimetres ground clearance, so I haven't scraped anything yet. It's got to be a bit mindful of speed bumps and not go flying over them, but it's absolutely fine. Let's pop down here. So Autopark for perpendicular parking needs to be 10 miles an hour or below, and I think for parallel parking it's 50 miles or below. You don't need to indicate either, so if I go close to picks up, so there's space, there's one there, look. Just go close to it, it should pick it up. A little P will indicate that it's found a parking space. I'm not doing so well. Oh, there's one there. So P there, press the P, shift reverse, press start, and I think it's going between two cars. Oh, it's going, yeah it is, so let's have a go. So I'm not steering and my foot is not on any of the pedals. Obviously you've got your cameras, side camera there. It's not the fastest Autopark in the world, so you have to watch people whizzing past in case they can't wait. But I'm pretty impressed. I'll do another one as well. I mean, these are tight spots. I suppose we could use summon to get out, but we'll find a, yeah, just done a pretty good job. The mirrors fold back up, so that's good. And then let's give that another whirl somewhere else. I need to see if it can do parallel park. I know it can, because I used it once when I parked at work, but let's have another go. Let's try the right-hand side. There was a space there, yeah, it's found it there. So shift reverse, press start, Just check no one's coming behind. Of course, if you're doing this in a busy road, you're going to have people waiting for you, and depending on their patience, they will wait for you. The mirrors fold down so you can just see what's happening. I tend to watch the mirrors. Always makes me a bit nervous because it does make you look as though it's going very close to the car, but you just have to trust the car. It's far more clever than me, and let it do its thing. Be ready to override it in case there's a kid or someone walking around. One thing I've noticed in where the rear camera does get a bit dirty with mud and slush in the winter. So it's doing a pretty good job. These car parking spaces are quite tight. Well, I'd say that it was 10 out of 10. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can find some parallel parking. I'm also using an app because I can't tell the cost of the electricity I'm using. The bill you get is obviously for the whole house electricity. If you want to calculate what the car's using, you can't do that. So I've downloaded ev.energy app, which is a free app. I've been using that for the last few days. Pretty good. Tells you the kilowatt hours you're using. You choose the tariff you're on. So I'm on kind of Octopus tariff at the moment. Octopus is quite good for EV vehicles. They do all sorts of energy tariffs for electric vehicles, so it can charge between 12:30, 4:30 in the morning, which is a low rate, I think 5p per kilowatt hour. And also the app will dictate when it charges. You put in the time you want to leave, and it'll use the greenest energy and the lowest rate, which is good. So overnight it's been using about 11 kilowatts to get it back up to 80%. So I'd usually charge up to 80%, and that's cost about £1.80 something the other day. I'll do a separate video on that maybe. Should we see how it copes with a hill climb? A hill. Because there's the thing I was worried about. I was wondering if it goes up a steep hill, will that make it up the hill? But of course it does. No problems at all. This is quite a steep hill, but it's no problem at all. There is also a hold feature, so if I was to do a hill start, there's no handbrake, so it does it all for you. Keeps you on the hill without falling back, which is nice. Another thing I was terrified about was narrow roads, but the car's not as wide as you think it is, so no problems at all. And the UK is full of narrow roads. This is a lovely village. If you've never been to Warwickshire, it's called Napton. Napton on the hill. And there's a canal going past. Some parallel parking there. We could have done a parallel park. Thank you very much. Lovely, lovely village. It has its cidery, Napton Cidery. There's the village stores. There's a great pub called The Folly at Napton. Really, really good. There's the village stores ahead on the left. And the post office. Not going to the cidery today, unfortunately, but it's on the left here. We'll go up to the Folly, which is down 1.8 tons. So if you're going over what looks like a feeble bridge, you'll know your Tesla's about 1.8 tons. All that battery. See, there's a parallel park there, look. Should we see if we can get in there? This is real life. Real life. Didn't like that one. We'll go up over here, we'll try on the way back. Don't get grounded, I hope. We'll just turn around. That's the Folly. But we'll just turn around here. I don't think it's open today. And the reversing sound is most odd. It's like a UFO sound, but I quite like it. Gives you the inches and how close you are to the obstacle. Let's try this one here. There's a nice potential parallel park there, but it wasn't picking it up. Oh, didn't like that one for some reason. If you're not from the UK, typical English houses here. It's a lovely village. Beautiful brick. Let's have a go there. I can see a parallel park there. Let's see if we can get in there. Or there. No, there's a car coming. I'll try on the way down, so have a go. Parallel park, car behind me, but might be able to get in quickly. There's a space there, plenty of space to get in there. There, parking. Shift reverse, start. This is parallel park. There is a car waiting behind me. Let's have a go. This is just like on a verge. Oh, it does make me nervous. Now there's a car in front of me. That makes me doubly nervous because they're both waiting now. But it's fine, they're quite patient. She can nearly get round. 3 cars now waiting. Yeah, okay, not bad. We're sticking out a little bit on the right. Hasn't finished yet, mind you. Yeah, okay. So that's not a bad job. I would probably try and get a bit more. We're about 6 inches from the curb. But yeah, pretty good. The car behind's just left. So let's get out of here. On my old car, you could auto get out, as it were, but on this one, I haven't found a way of whatever the opposite of auto park is. Auto get out of your space, unless there's a way. And if there's a way, let me know. But that's quite handy. So there you go, an example of parallel parking. Does work. And the other thing I was worried about getting Tesla is would people hate Tesla drivers? We've heard awful things of road rage and all sorts, but again, not had any issues at all. Of course, I'm a very considerate driver, so there's no reason to hate my driving. But yeah, you do hear on some of these forums things have gone on, but again, I try and do my best change people's perception of Tesla drivers. We are a considerate bunch. Well, I'm sure the majority are. Oh, hello. This is a bit narrow.